Let's practice one more interview question. So this is a logical exercise and how we can build the logics in our system. So here in this video we will find out how we can decide the number is prime or not, right? So let's add one screen here. Prime number is prime, something is prime. Create a new screen. I will make that screen as anonymous, and I will add one input parameter, sorry, one input box, and go to the visit, and we'll enclose this input box in the container, give the half width so that it will take only 50% of page size, page width. So give you half width, and let's add one variable input, sorry, variable that will be a local variable, and we will assign that variable to our input box, sorry. So let's go here, and we have property like variable property, and here we will assign that number. So whatever we will the user will put the value right in this input box, that will store like into this variable, right? This will hold that number. So this is what the basic function of local variable. So basically it helps to hold the value at the screen level, right? So I already added one input box. I will add one button. Let's add one button. BUTT one button. So let's enclose that button in a container. We will add some CSS, some gap, so that it looks good, like margin dash top m, so it looks good. On click of this button we will decide this number is prime or not. So this has asked in one even in interview question. So let's practice this, and it will help you to build the logic, out system logic in the project also. It will able to think do the think logical things, right? So is prime, I'm like uh, is is prime, I think. On click of this button we will run one action, right? We will run one action that is prime on click. So let's suppose user is adding anything, right? Any number. Let's suppose for example he is adding 13. So if number is equal to 13, right? So it will be the prime number. So what is the definition of prime number? Prime number is a number that we have like uh, prime number will be the any number where if we are dividing that number, right? So there will be more than two dividend, like for example 13, it just have 1 and 13. It can divide by 1 only and 13 only, right? But we don't have anything like 2 3 4 5, any number in between 1 to 13 that will divide that 13, right? So if any number will be there, it means that that number is not prime. So let's search it, prime number definition, right? Number definition. So if we see the definition, right? So any number, for example 7, right? So we can see for 2 we just have factor like 1 or 2, right? 3 we just have 1 and 3, so these are the prime numbers. 11 also we have just 1 and 11. For example 6, the factor is like 1 2 3 and 6, so there is more than two factors, right? So that 6 will not be the prime number. So any number that just have two factor will be the prime number only. And one is prime or not, I think one is not the prime number because it just have one factor, one. That's why one will not be the prime number, but two will be the lowest prime number, right? Two will be the lowest prime number. So for example I have in the input box I am typing 13, right? So 13 will be the prime number because the factor is just 1 and 13, right? So how we can achieve this, right? Let's do by programming. So we will find the all factors that is in between. We will find all the factors, and if factor is more than, if we have any factor, right, it means that that number will not be the prime, right? So let's for example let's suppose user is typing 1, right? 1 will not be the prime number, right? It will be the false. So anything less than equal to 1 will not be the prime number. That condition we will write the first. So anything, any number that is less than equal to 1 will not be the prime number. So I will make the one variable is prime, and is prime, default value will be false. So and any number that is less than equal to 1 will not be the prime number, because lowest prime number is 2. Less than equal to 1 will not be the prime number. If any number, sorry, any number, not this prime, if any number means the number that the user has added in the input box, right? So if less than equal to 1, it means that that won't be the prime number. So that is prime will be the false. Sorry, is prime will be the false. We have local variable, right? We can assign here false, false. And now we will end the statement and the flow here. Let if number is less than equal to true, then only. If it's greater than, if more than one, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like, then we will add the logic to find that, right? So let's add one local variable that will be the count. I am I am creating this variable for loop count. Count. We will start this by 2 because lowest prime number is 2. So we are going to start this by 2. Or else we can, what we can do, we can assign also. We can assign the lowest prime number count is equal to 2. So it will start by the 2, this count. Now add the condition. If and one more thing, let's suppose you have 13, right? And you have to check how many factors are there. It means that we have to loop. For example, let's come to here. Let's suppose we have 13, right? And we are trying to divide 13. Let's suppose count is starting by 2. So in the first iteration, count will be 2. So we will divide 13 by 2. 13 by 2 in first iteration, right? And we can see remainder is not equal to 0. Remainder is something 1. So it means that at first iteration, we it 13 not get divided. So we have to take the next. Now we have to increase the count by 1, and we have to check by 3 it is divided or not, right? If it will be divided by 3, it means that this will not be the, we found that one, we found one factor, right? So let's divide 13 by 3, and and remainder 13 by 3, or we can say uh, remainder, like percentage, not division, percentage. It means that if we are dividing 13 by 2, then remainder will be 1. Similarly, if dividing 13 by 3, remainder will be 1. So it's when remainder is not equal, when remainder is not 0, it means it's not get divided, and that will not be the factor, right? So every time we have to divide 13, we have to increase the count and divide, find the remainder by that count, right? So here also it will be 1. So similarly, we have to check each variable until to, I think, let's suppose, what is the half of 13? Half of 13 is, if we, like 6.5, right? 6.5. So 6 point, half of 13, 6.5, it means that if it will be the seventh iteration, definitely we will not going to get the remainder, because anything like if we are dividing 13 by 17, 7, so it will not get divided, right? Because 7 is something 7, if we are dividing it by 7, what will happen? We'll get 0, right? 7, remainder will be what? Remainder will be 6. Remainder will be 6. So completely division can happen only before of 6, right? Before of 6, before of 7 only. So we have to run the loop only root of 13 times, root of 13. So what we are going to do, we will not run loop from 2 to 13. We will run loop 2 to 6, 6 7 7 number, till that 7 only. So what we can write here, so we can write like this: count is less than equal to, uh, we have number, right? Let's suppose he has typed 13. 13 divided by 2, it means that 6.5 plus 1. So only 7 iteration we are going to do for 13. If number is, if number is, if number is 13, means we will have 7 iteration. So we don't need to iterate 8 times, because after 7, like 8, 9, if we are dividing 9, definitely we are not going to, 13 not going to get divided. So there is no sense to run the loop after 7, right? So do one thing, and now what we will do, we will add one more condition here, and we are going to find the remainder. How we can find the remainder? By using the mod function. In the out system, we have mod function. When we hover it, returns the remainder of the decimal division by n or m. For example, if we are giving first number is 10 and 3, so mod will be, remainder will be 1, right? So number we have, right? Number, what number we have? User has type number in the number, right? And the count we will pass here. And if it is equal to 0, means it remainder 0, means we found the factor, right? We found the factor, it means that we found the factor. And what we are going to do, we are append that factor in one integer list. We'll create one integer list, integer integer list. So, or we can write factors, it should be integer list, right? List of integer, we'll give this as integer list. And let's suppose it's getting divided, means that count will be the factor of that number, right? So we can use the list append, list append. We can use list append, and we are going to append that value, right? We are going to append that value in the integer list. So in the factor, we are going to append that current count, this one, because it divided this count divided that number, right? So it will get appended. So this will be the factor, their factor. If it's false, means what we have to do? We have to increase the count value. We have to increase the iteration. So it first info like every time we have to increase the iteration, so that we have to increase the count by one, count plus one, count plus one. So every time it will get increased, right? So we have this condition, right? It will find the remainder. We can name like uh, is uh, is the remainder zero, something we can write like this. So sorry, is remainder is zero, yeah. If remainder will be zero, true means that will be the factor. So and we will increase the count by one, right? I think we are good till to this. Now we have to check, we can decide the prime here. If we have factors, means that that will not be the prime. If factor if is prime, we can assign in this prime. If that factor have some value, right? If it's not empty, if it's empty, means that prime will be true. If it is true, means that number is prime, because we didn't find any factor, right? So let's check this logic is working or not. We will go here, we will show that our output variable, right? So we'll add one container, we will add one container, and here we will add expression. So what expression do? Basically it's show dynamic values, it's show value dynamically, right? So is prime, we can show here. It's from local variable, we can give some space like margin top dash m. So it will give here, make it bold, font bold, right? Let's see if it's working or not. We will already make that screen as anonymous. Let's publish it. We will check. It's getting published. Let's see the logic once again. So basically, we are running the, on click of that button, we are running this client action. So client, what is the client action? Client action runs on the browser or client side, device side. So it will run on the browser side. Okay, on click of that button, it will, this action will run, client action, and it will go and we have factor like variable. It's an integer list data type. It will hold, it will hold all the factors of that number. But every time we will click it, it's going to append those values, right? So it will not get like empty. So it means that we have to clear every time, every on click of that button, we have to clear that local value, that factor. So let's, we can use list clear to empty the values from the list. We can use the list clear. It will, what it will do basically, it's remove all the elements from the list, right? So if on a click every time when we click on this button, we will clear this local variable, screen local variable, this factor, so that it will append data by fresh, right? Let's publish it. So let's publish, it's getting published. Now check once again if we have any, if a number is less than equal to, it means that prime, it won't be the prime number, right? So minimum prime number is 2, so we will start by 2 and we will run half of it only. We will do the iteration only half times, because we don't need to run iteration after half, because it never will get divided, right? So we will find the remainder. If remainder is 0, it means that will be the factor, so that we will append there, and then we will increase it in count by in every iteration, right? If factor is empty, it means that will be the prime number. Okay, now let's check that. Let's open that is prime in the browser. Open in browser, we can use open in browser to open that screen. So now let's see, we will check what's the value we are getting, right? So initial value is false. Now type 14 and is prime, it's false. Type 13, it's true. 13 is the prime number. Type 11, it's true. Type 1, it's false. Type 9 7 7, sorry, 7 is prime, true. No, 7 is the prime number, is correct. Type 11, 11, no, type 10. We have factor like 2, 10 will be divided by 2, 10 will be divided by 5, so it will not be the prime number. Yeah, it's false. Type 11, 11, there is no, 11 can divide by only 1 and 11, so there is just two factors, so it will be the prime. Yeah, prime is true.